So welcome everybody to join the webinar, and today we have some new friends to join the webinar. So let's wait for about 3 minutes, and the webinar will begin after 3 minutes. So does all of you can hear my voice? If you can hear my voice, you can input 1 in the chat box. So let's see. Okay, you can see some friends says they can hear. And let's wait for just 1 minute or 2 minutes. The webinar will soon begin. So let's begin today's webinar. So first, welcome everybody join the webinar. And I find today that we have some new friends. So please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Roy, public address product marketing department engineer of Fanvil. So in this webinar, I'd like to share school public address solution with you, especially for small school like kindergarten, community school, and how to satisfy common broadcast needs with IP cancel phone. And there's mine and the sales email. If you have any questions after the webinar, please feel free to contact me. And I briefly introduced IP cancel phone solution in the previous public address webinar. So for those friends who have listened, you can regard this webinar as an update and expansion of the solution. And attention please, if you need to build the system, please make sure all devices have updated new list firmware. So devices like PS3, FHS01, I16SV are already uploaded on Fanvil website, and you can download it. And the IP cell phone and PA2S will be soon uploaded in the next few days. But if you need to update your device urgently, please feel free to contact me. So let's begin. And today's webinar will be divided into 5 parts. First, I'd like to share with you some market trend. Second part is solution and introduction. In part 3 and part 4, I will introduce how to install, configure those devices, and associated product, and the matters that you need to attention. At last, if you have any question during the webinar, please feel free to ask me in the chat box or send an email to me. So before introducing the solution, I want to share with you why school industry is important. And I haven't found the data of Middle East country. So this picture below is education funding from 2014 to 2020 in our country. So you can regard it as an example. And believe you can notice that its funding are increasing constantly. And you will also find the school has stable spending. That is why many people think school is a good market. And the player of school market don't need to worry about whether their customer has money. And public address needs of school is frequent and various, such as bell rings, notification, emergency broadcast, background music, and you may no longer find such a typical public address scanning like school. And secondly, I do some research on population trend of the Middle East and take Saudi Arabia and the UAE as example. Population of Middle East are growing rapidly, and the population trend of the Middle East is similar to China in the past few years. So more kids, more needs to build a school. And if we regard China as an example, what happened in China in the past few years? So I collect school number of China from Ministry of Education of China in the past 5 years. And you can see we are building more and more kindergartens. And the secondary scanning is primary school, but the number of primary school are decreasingly. So if we regard China as an example, kindergarten may also be the main market in your country. And in this page, I list common used broadcast functions in kindergarten, like bell ring, notification, play background music, paging, emergency broadcast, and that is all common used function in kindergarten or other small school. And kindergarten has multi-leveled management requirements. So if you are a teacher, you may need to manage one or more classes. And if you are a director, you may need to manage one or more grades. So what kinds of public address solution does kindergarten use? And you can see the picture above. Solution 1 and the solution 2 is common used in the past. And the IP console phone always work as a terminal or second control panel. But as technology develops, the industry appear a new solution. The IP console phone can work as a small server, or we call it broadcast host. So it can manage IP amplifier, IP speaker, IP intercom, and many others. That means you don't need to prepare a software, you don't need to prepare a server or machine room, especially in small scanning, such as kindergarten, park, supermarket. Also, this solution not only work independently, but also can be compatible with third-party server. So, like a kindergarten are ready to expand area, solution 3 can be divided into many independent devices and register in third-party server. So it is compatible. And in this time, the IP console phone no longer work as a small server. It just be a phone in the whole system. And this solution now popularized by leader player of public market in China, like Hikvision, and they can help the customer to reduce cost and adopt simple public address needs. And also, it has strong compatibility. So we hope our customer can also benefit from this kind of solution. So in the next part, I will share with you our public address solution based on IP console phone. So after in investigating common used broadcast needs of kindergarten, we find a solution based on IP console phone is friendly to user. So first, area of the kindergarten always not very big, like airport or colleague, and the number of terminal won't be too many. Terminal number always be 20, 30, or less. Secondly, user like teacher won't use too many complicated functions because students they need to manage won't be too many. The average number of kindergarten students is less than primary school or bigger one. This time, a public address solution based on IP console phone can reduce cost, and the manager of kindergarten don't need to prepare a machine room. And installers and the integrator just need to set common used functions like paging, background music, and notification. So we also designed a solution based on IP console phone for small school project. We hope customer can quickly build a public address system, and the user can use IP console phone to realize common used functions, and customer can simplify deploy operation with configuration software device manager, and they don't need to log in the web rapidly. And when the kindergarten need to expand solution, those devices in the solution can be registered in a third-party server. So that is the diagram of the solution based on IP console phone. Here we have IP console phone, PS3, FHS01, and you may need to prepare analog devices like analog amplifier, analog speaker, analog horn, and the IP console phone will pair with those IP terminals, and it can manage 50 terminals. But if an area like playground need to broadcast at the same time, you can connect PS3 with analog amplifier. So the analog amplifier will drive analog horn or more speakers. Also, make sure all devices in a network segment, and you can connect these devices on with PoE switch. And installers or integrators can install the IP console phone in teacher's office, and PA gateway can be connected with analog amplifier or analog speaker, and they can be installed in outdoor public area, entrance, or many other scanning. And FHS01, the IP ceiling speaker, can be installed in corridor, so teacher can page to public area, entrance, corridor, each classroom or more. And also, you can install I16SV on the playground. So when students find emergency happen, they can quickly communicate with teacher. And not only kindergarten, the school can be used in other small school like community school, and they have a similar feeder. The area is not very big, and the terminal numbers won't be too many. and the functions customer needs are not very complicated. So you will find the solution can not only be used in small school, it can also be used in small scaling like park, office, warehouse, and others. And when your business getting larger and larger, congratulations. But in this time, terminal of the solution based on IP cell phone may be enough, uh, but you can register these devices in a third-party server. So the IP cell phone, selling speaker, paging gateway, or I16 SV can also be registered in a third-party server. And this time, the IP cell phone no longer pair with those terminals. But in this situation, we suggest customer can use the software of the third party instead of its own software. So besides compatible with third party, the IP cell phone solution has its own functions and advantages. So first, like I said just before, you can manage broadcast in an integrated software like the picture above. So customer can use it to realize real-time broadcast, emergency broadcast, schedule task, and many other functions. And the software just like a small PA platform, but is different from a third-party one. And we suggest the customer don't mix it and third-party software. So when a project is small, device number is not too many, use an integrated software. This time, the IP cell phone can work as a host. And in this page, I'd like to share with you how to enter paging system and how it works. And the paging system is the software I said just before. You can click the icon and choose the paging system icon. Then you can go and enter the paging system. And what's more, the paging system is an integrated software of IP cell phone, so you don't need to pay for more license money. And we also suggest start the software automatically for those projects which only needs IP cell phone work as a host, and separate paging system from IP phone usage. So if you need IP cell phone work as a host, use the paging system. But if you just need it work as a IP phone in a third-party system, don't use paging system. And attention please, the integrated software can manage specific IP terminals in the solution. Third-party devices is not supported now. And next, I want to show with you how to use those various functions of the paging system. So this page is a default interface when you enter a paging system. And the first one you see is emergency broadcast soft button. That is easy to use. The picture above is a so when you click the button, all devices managed by the IP cell phone will broadcast warning audio or user's voice, and you can choose to open or close the functions in broadcast setting, and you can click the setting button to enter this page. Also, you can preset terminals and the audio source so that users like teachers, they can use the function very quickly. The operation is very simple. You just need to click it and the system will work. And the next one is schedule task. So you can click the broadcast icon from the default interface and you can set schedule task. That is this icon. And in many kindergarten, bell rings is the most common used broadcast task, but when season change, school always need to adjust ringing time, and that is not very simple. So, for example, school may have two plans. One plan is for spring, and another plan for autumn. But in many other solution, they need to adjust this kind of task, and that is not very simple. But a schedule task can help manager to solve this kind of problem. So user can set plan such as raining spring raining plan or autumn plan. And when a kindergarten need one of those plans, teacher just need to click to activate it or close a plan. And also, you can regard a plan as a file of multiply timed task. And when under a plan, you can also adjust the basic information of the plan and manage timed task. You can click the tool icon to add or delete or task. You can adjust information with editing key, and you can also listen to music with a play icon. And the other one is real-time broadcast. And so customer can choose a microphone, audio files, or UDisc as audio source, and select these devices to start broadcast. And they also can choose audio files they need, like the picture. And I need to point out that audio files need to upload it in IP console form. But if customers select UDisc as audio source, they don't need to upload those files. And the IP console phone will read music from the desk, from the UDisc, and they don't need to upload these files. And sometimes customer may need a function that click a button and begin to page or make a call. So that is okay with paging system. You can preset it with desk key, so any user can start a task quickly with desk keys. And this page, you can click this button, and you can enter this interface. And the picture above is desk key interface. You can preset a key for a few seconds and configure it. So you will enter this interface, and you can set task name. You can set play type like a page or make a call, and you can choose terminals. And I need to say that the paging system can support 24 desk keys for paging and making call. And customers may need to record their voice and broadcast it in suitable time. In this situation, user can click media icon and choose record functions. So they can click the icon in the picture above, then the IP console phone will record his voice and create audio files. So when user need to set broadcast task like schedule plan or real-time task, they can choose record files. And for customers, they don't need to record their voice in computer software and realize it just with our IP console phone. So that is the common used PA functions in paging system. In the next, I want to share with you why the solution is helpful. So that is the advantages of the IP console phone solution. First, you can save server cost. Then you don't need to prepare a machine room, and you don't need to pay for license. And like I said just before, the paging system integrate rich functions, and it is easy to deploy, it is easy to use, and don't forget it has good compatibility. So first, the paging system support multiply broadcast functions like real-time broadcast, schedule plan, and you can upload audio files with UDisk, and you can record and broadcast, and you can use desk keys to paging or making a call. And I also need to point out that our paging system support monitoring 4 cameras and 3-party conference. And then you can use the devices manager to deploy devices quickly. And first, you can click the icon to search devices, and the interface will show IP address, MAC address, and so on. And you can choose those devices, and here will show a board, and you can activate a hotspot and configure it, and you can also deploy desk keys on the board. Then if you need to log in the web of devices, you can click the IP address, and it will help you to quickly open a web. And the paging system contains broadcast, desk key, monitoring, and many other useful functions. It is also easy to use. For example, when teacher needs to make an emergency broadcast, he just need to click the soft button. When she need to page classes or make a call to another classes, they can use desk keys, and they can use the schedule plan to set autumn plan or spring plan, and when kindergarten needs to change bell time, and she can click the activate icon. Also, the system don't need to upload audio files with UDisk, and it will broadcast those audio files in UDisk. Also, it can use to monitoring or many other functions. And don't forget its compatibility. So you can separate paging system with a third one. So when you need IP console phone work as a host, you can use the paging system, and it will build, and you can build independent system. But if you need a larger solution, you can use the IP console phone and all of these terminals to register in third-party server. And in the next, I want to introduce how to install and configure those devices in the solution. So the first one is ceiling speaker. And first, you can punch a hole in the ceiling to hold the back box of the ceiling speaker, and then you can turn out the 4 board of the speaker, and you can press down, and the net cover will be pushed out. And then you can insert the ceiling speaker through the round hole, and you can tighten the screw of the board. At last, you can install the speaker's net cover, and then you finish installation of ceiling speaker. And the next one is paging gateway. So thanks for its small size, paging gateway can be mounted easily. You can choose on wall mounted or ceiling mounted. And like the diagram above, so PA3 and PA2S can be connected with amplifier and speaker. And both PA3 and PA2S support PoE power supply, And if you need larger audio power, you can power it with DC adapter. And this page shows differences between PA2S and PA3. Some friends may already know in the last webinar. And today, because we have new friends, they may wondering what's the differences between PA2S and PA3. So please allow me to explain it. So both PA2S and PA3 can be used to broadcast and intercom, and they have different feathers set for different user requirement. PA2S tend to trigger notification, and PA3 tend to timed or real-time task. And you can connect a fire alarm sensor or strobe light with PA2S with a short circuit input or output. So when emergency happens, PA2S can play alarm announcement. But I need to point out that it is different from emergency button of paging system. So in this case, PA2S is triggered by the short circuit input, but in paging system, it is triggered by the soft button. And the PS3 support USB and the TF card, so you can store more audio files and you can play music or notification in the card. And both PS2S and PS3 support PoE power supply, and the PS3 is bigger. And the last one is real-time clock. So both PS3 and PS2S can keep time even after powered off, and the PS3 is longer. And after you install those devices, next you can use the device manager to deploy it. Like I said just before, you can configure them directly on the board. And the last one is business setting, and I sort out its configuration steps. So when you're installing devices, workers can record MAC address and the installation site of each terminal. That's important. And the second, you can delivering configuration information to terminals with device manager software, and the paging system can manage those terminals in advanced project setting. So those devices paired with IP console phone will show in this page, and you can click the icon to enter this page, and you can set its name and the register number. So why the installation site is important? So for example, if you install a certain speaker in corridor, so its installation site may be corridor, and you can set its name as corridor so that if teacher need to broadcast, he can see that is corridor, and the next one is another installation site. And then you can upload audio files in IP console phone through UDisc or web, and you can record your voice. At last, you can set broadcast tasks like schedule plan, desk keys, like I said just before. And the last part is associated product. So we have IP console phone A320i, and if you have A32i, that's okay, and you can contact me to get the newest firmware. And with its integrate paging system, it can manage 50 terminals with the software. And I need to point out that if you need to build the system based on IP console phone, please make sure all devices has updated newest firmware. And the next, we have PS3 and PS2S, and you can search for its differences from the form I said just before. And we have FHS01. Also, please make sure these devices has updated newest firmware. And at last, we have I16 SV intercom, so it can make a call with IP console phone, and IP console phone can also make a call with it. So when students find emergency happens, they can use the intercom to make a call with teacher. So that is all I want to tell you today. And let's see whether some friends will ask in the chat box. So I see the question, do your system support streaming service like Apple Music? Uh, I don't know whether I understand your question correctly. So if you need to broadcast music and you can upload your music to IP console phone, or you can use your U-disk to storage uh, those music. And the next one, can the paging IP console phone, the IP console, the paging console IP phone can remote outside the network? Uh, so the solution based on IP console phone can work in a LAN, and you need to make sure all devices in a LAN. Can I change default username and password and other default setting? Yes, you can, and you can set like how to broadcast and like emergency open or close emergency broadcast. You can set your own schedule task, and you can set username and password uh, on the web. Does it support Mac operation system? Uh, Actually, I don't very understand this question. So we can communicate after the webinar. Do your system support the protocol? What's a protocol? uh, we can communicate after the webinar. what is the typical range of IP speakers wireless connectivity? So if we regard uh, the, uh, the length of uh, network cable as the range, the IP speaker need to connect with a network cable to a PoE switch, and we always suggest the uh, network cable not uh, longer than 50 miles. Can I send my question to your email? Yes, you can. And you can wait for a minute. And that is my email. So please feel free to ask me. Thanks. Okay. Uh, does anybody have questions? Can I use other speaker aside from Fanvil speaker? Yes, you can. You can use other analog speaker like uh, analog horn, analog wall speaker, or you can connect with analog amplifier, and they can be connected with PS3 or PA2S, like this picture. Wait a moment, like this picture. Uh, you can not only use our Sony speaker, you can use our PS3 or PA2S to connect with analog amplifier or analog horn or other speaker. 谢谢. So does anybody has questions? Okay. Regards to J. Okay, okay. Uh, if no one has question, so today's webinar will be end. And thank you very much. I've been there in Shenzhen last month. Okay, I will tell him. I will tell him. Okay, thanks for your time and see you next time.